Hey, listeners, have you ever wondered what you're missing on the Patreon?
Let us ask you these questions. Do you like the Pre-Fixe? There's an extended version of it every week on the Patreon called the a la carte.
Do you miss your favorite dead celebrities? We have a medium who comes on to talk to them on the Patreon.
Are you an astrology buff? We have an astrologer who comes to the Patreon to read the celebrity stars.
Do you want to hear what we edit out of the podcast? Then you can listen to our cutting room floor episodes on the Patreon.
Do you ever wish we could fix you? Then listen to our all-tier advice episodes right now on the Patreon.
And if you ever want to kiki with other listeners of this pod, come to one of our hilarious live Zoom spectaculars.
Still not convinced? No problem. Head on over to patreon.com/fixingfamouspeople to listen to an example episode of each of these, absolutely free. See you on Patreon.
Where's Shelley? This is Fixing Famous People, the podcast where two reality television producers pitch solutions to save celebrities in dire straits.
But first, let's get to the Pre-Fixe, your weekly pop culture roundup.
Christopher, I need to start off on a rare, semi-serious moment this week. There are moments when we don't get very political on this podcast, and on occasion when we do, people will chastise us and say we're not being political enough or that we're saying the wrong things. And then there are people who are saying we're being too political and we shouldn't bring up anything at all. You know, these are problems you have when you air your opinions publicly on a podcast. But given things that are happening currently, I'm hoping that this next issue is something that we can all agree upon. And that is the imminent threat to our society with Hilaria Baldwin being a contestant on Dancing with the Stars. Why would anyone give this woman access to this platform? What worse could happen now?
Dominic, because she's gonna fucking win it.
You have said that all week. Why do you think she's going to win?
She took flamenco ballroom dance in high school. That's where the like being Spanish started, was like, I do flamenco. Oh my God. Dominic, she's ready to kickball change and do a pullback, and she's ready. You don't even know.
Putting her on this platform, honestly, is like making Casey Anthony the Secretary of Education. Like, I don't know. Who would give this to her? Like, why? You're torturing us.
Dominic, it's perfect casting.
I want her.
Yes, I want her on it.
Obviously, yes.
This is what they do. They had Anna Delvey. They have like controversial. They had
they had Sean
Baskin.
Spicer. Right. They always do somebody.
It's not like
I love that we're equating her with all these other people that are like murder and government adjacent, but she's worse to us. It is a drinking game, though. Every time she Latinizes a word that shouldn't be Latinized, you should do a shot. Like, she'll be speaking completely normal and then say merengue, and I will do a shot of tequila.
No, she's 100% going to do that. One.
Salsa.
Two.
Tango.
She's gonna win. She's gonna do that thing, when they like the guy like spins you around and she's like on her butt but has her legs out straight, and they like spin them around and then she like lands in like one of these. You know what I mean?
Are you saying she's gonna do a ray gun from last year's Olympics?
Yes. There's gonna be lifts because she's so tiny.
She's a little bitty thing.
97 pounds on like to quote my mother, with a soaking wet towel on.
Of course she did. Thank you, Lori.
Whoever is it, Gleb is her.
I don't know any of the people on the show.
Yeah. So one, they're going to like fuck one. And two, he's going to like toss her up in the air and like catch her with one hand. She's going to win. I'm telling you, she'll make it to the end. If she doesn't, it'll be an upset.
I don't know why I was surprised that they cast her, because it is such an obvious choice. Some other people on the show, by the way, we should like, she's not the only lunatic on this show. Corey Feldman is also competing this year. The recently bleached blonded Corey Feldman. Who knows? Who knows how skilled Corey Feldman is at flamenco? Andy Richter, formerly of the Conan over the Late Night with Conan O'Brien, will be on it as well. One of the Irwin children, Steve Irwin's kids, I think, is on. Is it the boy? Yeah. So it'll be fun. And I'll do what I always do with Dancing with the Stars, is watch the first episode and then completely forget that it's on television.
No, 100%. Is that not?
I haven't watched regularly since Chaz Bono was on, only because I was waiting for
brother. I remember
his mother would
when
be
that
in the
was
audience.
like,
oh yeah.
Yeah. I remember when that was like when Chaz was on and that was like it was like a big deal.
Oh yeah. Cher with prayer hands in the audience was like it was my social media photo everywhere for 3 years
like
after that.
Years.
Facebook, Instagram, Grindr, Whack-A-Hole, all of it. Every single one had Cher praying for Chaz.
What's Whack-A-Hole?
Something I made up. Let's not, because honestly, my mother will call me and ask me like, there is no such thing. But I'd like to trademark Whack-A-Hole right now, both as an arcade game and an app. So no one can take that. My lawyer listens to this podcast. Chris, we're going to be rich.
Okay. Whack-A-Hole.
Let's just say, speaking of Whack-A-Hole, let's stay on the Baldwins for one hot second.
1 minute.
Where Ireland Baldwin, the much maligned older child.
Dominick.
How many breaks? How many breaks do we need from her?
17 trillion breaks.
Just for her stepmother, Hilaria, is announced as a cast member, and Ireland takes to the socials and is like, everyone stop being so hard on her. She's a wonderful woman. She's a wonderful mother. How do you expect someone with so many children to be perfect all the time? And I know many of you will say that I'm just doing this because I want to get my inheritance. How am I going to get an inheritance? I have 7 siblings.
Incredible.
That was funny.
Legend.
Right.
That was incredible.
That is a legendary line. However,
it
was too much. Like, it was paragraph after paragraph. And
Dominick, then it was like she had a really like horrific upbringing, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like,
now you read the book. Can you corroborate this?
She doesn't talk about her childhood at all. And on the episode of Glamorous Trash that I did with Chelsea, I was like, Chelsea, like, what's happening in the early life? Because something happened to this woman. Like, she didn't just make all this up out of the sky. Like, this is a trauma response. Hello? And like, we talked about that and we're like, she doesn't talk about her childhood at all. Like, in the book, she's already dating Alec Baldwin when it opens, and she never goes backwards, really.
Because every interview we've seen with her has made it seem, I won't say idyllic, but like dad a diplomat, and they were going back and forth to Mallorca. Like, there was a reason why she had the Spanish language in her life.
Because she wanted to be someone else. I'm sorry to say that, but because
I wonder who she wanted to be, do you think? Like, maybe Rita Moreno? Is that who would she have wanted to be? Chita Rivera? Charo. She wanted to be Charo. We are so, and by we, I mean me, like, we're right on that racism line right now. And all I'm doing is talking about women that may have authentic Spanish accents or Latin accents, unlike Hilaria. Well, Ireland, thanks. Like, we only hear from you once every 5 years or so. Sometimes it's to play a voicemail with your father calling you a pig. Other times it's like, I have a child that's younger than his aunts and uncles. So this was, we'll see you next year, I guess, with whatever you want to come out with. Maybe Ireland will be in the audience for dancing.
I know she should be. Well, you know that young one that's like 10 that they're trying to make a celebrity? Like what's the, the one that's like the oldest one that's like only 10 years old? I
don't know.
Whatever her name is.
The Baldwin children?
Yeah,
just name Ninja Turtles. Leonardo, Raphael, who are they? Because that's who they're all named after.
The youngest one is going to be there like every episode, and they're going to try to make her a part of the show. You know that they are.
Oh, it's a girl.
The oldest girl. Remember the one that was like,
I can't remember her
Googled
name.
my dad, and he was like so hot whenever he wasn't so fat.
Keeping
like,
with Ninja Turtles, maybe is her name Donatella, perhaps?
Donatella.
We're calling her that from now on.
Her name is like something.
We'll just call her Lady Turtle.
It's like Mallory or something.
Mallory?
Donatella Baldwin is like going to be in the audience, and she's going to be like taking care of the other children, and she's literally 10 years old.
Oh my God, she's got to take care of all the God. It's like Liesel Von Trapp. It's like, just because you were born first, you got to take care of everybody.
It is Liesel. She's the Liesel of the Von Trapps, and she's going to be. They're going to be there. It's going to be like Alec, Liesel, and then all the little ones, and she's going to be like.
I truly want all the Baldwins to show up dressed in curtains for play clothes. That would be
okay.
That I would actually then like Hilaria after that. I would be like, now you're in on it with us. Good.
A good Photoshop is them as Sound of Music.
Yeah.
Hello.
I just
is
do
this
it.
thing on?
To
Greg,
all
Samaya,
of our Photoshoppers,
hello?
please send that in.
Yeah. Anywho. 100% watching the first episode.
The first episode, and then probably updates. I just don't think I'm going to watch it. This is not like treadmill worthy for me, or like
just her dances on YouTube. Yeah.
That's it. a year like 2025 comes by and you think, God, this is a sentence I'll never say. And then you get to say it. Seems like crack made Charlie Sheen gay, at least temporarily. That's what we're getting from the book and the documentary that drops today, by the way. If you're listening to this on the day it drops, which is September 10th, that Wednesday, the documentary's out. He's doing a lot of press. There's a lot of shit coming out. He admits to many things in the book. Anyone who's read the book so far, I have not, has said he really just goes there. Like, as far as celebrity, this is the celebrity autobiography that you want. Like, he goes everywhere. It seems like he's saying something pretty great when he's starts talking about having same-sex relationships and hooking up with men. And then like a minute later, he's like, this all happened when I was on crack.
Yeah, he's like, whoever had crack cocaine that I wanted to smoke was who I was.
And I was confused when he said crack. I'm like, are we talking about like butt crack, or are we talking like crack? Like, why? No. Why do you have to say like, yeah, I hooked up with men and it was great, but I was also doing crack at the time? Because he does speak positively about his same-sex relationships, but
a win's a win, Dominic. Right?
I guess every not every crack is whack, I suppose. So
No,
it's like a lot of crack in that room, baby.
I do have to read that book for Chelsea for Glamorous Trash, because I will be guest hosting that episode, actually. And so,
well, I was to be guest hosting another Glamorous Trash until Chaz Bono's mother decided she couldn't remember some of the years that she was talking about and postponed part 2 of her biography.
But yeah, so there will be more reporting on what happens in that book, because I do have to read it / listen to the audio.
I can't wait. I will be on
P.S. Wait. P.S.
Yeah.
That Netflix thing that drops today is my fix that I pitched, is it not?
I believe it is.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we've discussed this already. We discussed it in a previous Pre-Fixe, because they announced the documentary 2 weeks after you came up with the solve. And I may have chided you about, do you really think they put all this together in 2 weeks?
They shot this in 2 weeks. Yeah. They put cameras up the day after we did this. Yeah. Sorry, but like, that's my fucking fix on the television.
You're welcome,
today.
America.
Sorry.
You're welcome. Yeah, I can't wait to see it. I will actually be on Kate Casey's podcast later this week chatting about the Netflix documentary. And you're saying you're going to be talking about the biography on Chelsea's
in a couple
podcast.
Weeks.
So Chris and I are splitting up to cover the entire podcast world with our opinions about Charles Estevez Sheen. Charles Louise Estevez Sheen. I don't know why we put this so up top. I mean, I put it up top. Just, I guess we acknowledge the MTV VMAs were this past weekend. They aired on CBS for the first time. They did great.
Dominic, there's
and
nothing like feeling old when you watch MTV and you're like, who the fuck is this person?
I will say this. Now, I understand that my algorithm is a little bit older than many people's yours and many people who listen to this, but everyone in my feed on Sunday night was just commenting on how MTV, which doesn't like to look back very much. Like, they don't like to talk about how old they are. In fact, many of my friends who worked at MTV for many years, like after 1999, MTV sort of made it a mandate. I believe it was 99. It might have been a little bit later, but like, we're not celebrating birthdays anymore. Like, we don't want to say it's the 25th anniversary of MTV, because we don't want people that age to think that they've already aged out of what we're doing. But they were showing a lot from like the first year of the VMAs, stuff from 20 years ago, 25 years ago, which was weird enough for MTV. But older people, not even older people like, I want to say like 35 and up, were all saying,
me,
wow, music was so much better in every other time in history, except maybe for this year. Or these COVID years, which is sort of a blanket statement, because there has been a lot of great music, but I understand what people mean. Like, it seemed to be, there was a time around the turn of the century when we were blanketed with good music, and now it's very much, there's a little homogenization happening in the pop sound, the female pop sound.
Yes, that is true. But also too, like, we also didn't have everything on demand. Like, we were like forced. We were in the car driving somewhere, and I was like, Truly Madly Deeply by Savage Garden came on. And I was like, I know every single word of this song against my will, because when you put on, Hot 101 or like Kiss FM, like, this is what they were playing. I was like, that song, like Always Be My Baby, Mariah Carey, I know every single word to. When I think of like when I was in the 90s with my mom in the car, like what was playing, it was Always Be My Baby by Mariah Carey, always on the radio. It's like we didn't have the like freedom to listen to whatever we wanted to at our fingertips. And so it was like, you almost like had to like the music that was on the radio, because if not, you like were miserable. Do you know what I mean? It's like
I often get confused because everything is so accessible now. Like there'll be times when I'm like, how is anyone even counting what the most popular song or show or anything, like, because it's available in so many places. And then when I go on my desktop, logged into one of my many fake screen names or accounts that I have to quote unquote protect my security, that I go on and I look at a hotel in London, and an hour later on a completely different ID on my phone or tablet, which doesn't have the other IDs that I log into with my laptop, I start getting ads for the hotel that I looked at. I'm like, oh, that's how they know, because I'm being looked at right now. And the moment I realize I'm on camera 24/7, I strip off all of my clothes. That's it. I'm just like, what's the point? What is the point? Not even a black tank top is necessary for this if I'm being watched.
Speaking of big songs, Dominic, K-pop Demon Hunters is breaking records left, right, and center.
It's
just must tell you that it's just doing so well.
They could end up being, the Demon Hunters are easily top 10 entertainers of the year. There's no doubt.
And the three girls that like do the singing voices were at the VMAs, like kind of like dressed up as little homages to their characters, and they looked great. I'm like, I want you to be celebrities. Like, you should be a group. Hello. So
Lady Gaga won Artist of the Year, and Ariana Grande won Video of the Year. I guess one highlight was Ariana closing her speech by saying, I want to thank my therapist and all the gays and gay people.
And gay people. Yeah, which I think is great. You're welcome.
It was really cute. Grande. But you know what I got to say? And this is nothing against Ariana. It's just something against award reception in general. The moment someone unfolds an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, you have lost me. Like, I will get the highlights in the post or on Instagram the following day. I leave the room. Like, don't.
Well, and especially someone who's won as many awards as her.
I mean, I know you don't want to forget anyone's names, but I'm not going to know anyone you're mentioning.
Yeah, but also much more like important awards than a moon person, a VMA moon person. Like, she's won like Grammy awards and has been like nominated for Oscars.
It's true.
Like, it's like, this should be like fun and stupid, not like, let me thank all my, you know what I mean?
100%. Mariah and Ari having a moment I thought was cute. Like her presenting giving Mariah Carey her first VMA, which was hilarious. And seeing online clips all week of a much younger Mariah Carey saying like, what the fuck do I have to do to get a VMA? And it turning out she's never won one and is now getting the Video Vanguard Award.
Which makes no sense.
Because she's had some iconic ones.
Yeah.
I'll never know the names of the song. Yeah, Fantasy. Is that the one where like they're in Miami and she's in a pool and all this? Like that's the one video I'm remembering.
No, I think she's on a roller coaster in Fantasy where people are going to kill us. But isn't she? What's the one? She's on a roller coaster one time and I love that one.
That's probably it. That's probably it. Because roller coasters,
and she wears that like bandana, tube top.
Oh, the bandeau? Then it's after Fantasy. Yeah. Because that bandeau came about around glitter. My friends and I almost called it glitter. Well, I will.
Glitter.
Around glitter. Glitter. And because my friends and I we would like, anytime we'd have access to one, we would wear it. Maybe not in public, hilarious. But.
Yeah, sure.
All right, we got to get moving. There's a bunch to talk about today. So we might have to abbreviate some of these. Will and Jada Pinkett Smith seen in public together outside of the Academy Awards for the first time in a decade. They live separately, but apparently they went to dinner at Nobu in Los Angeles last week, and they're still just confusing the hell out of people.
I can't. Stop. Just stop. I can't do it.
I know you can't.
Wait,
he's in the cycle. He's on tour with his AI fans. His non-wife and he are now eating sushi out in public together.
The song that he's doing, it's like hot ladies over here, hot ladies over there. It's the worst song. Dominic, you will scream bloody murder when you hear the song.
Brother.
Because like, not for nothing, like Welcome to Miami, at least it's like a good song. Like, you know what I mean? Even if it's like, he's a loser. Like, the song is like fun and you're bopping into it. This is like Scoopity Poop again. You know what I mean? It's really, really fucking bad. And I'm like, you are way too old to like be singing this song.
I just don't even know why he's doing it at all. Like, I don't know.
Because he's having a midlife crisis. That's why.
Speaking of midlife crisis, we haven't done one in a few weeks. Are you game? I know you're you worked hard today, but I need you to give it to
my
us
energy and my prayers. Britney Watch.
Oh, baby. Hi, y'all. Another week, another New York Post article that literally just says, friends and fans worried about Britney Spears. This time comes home incoherent from a sushi date, and there's dog poop smeared in her house in the videos that she's taking. What are your thoughts?
This is one-legged Jamie Spears, like calling someone at Page Six that he has a relationship with to be like, run another story about her.
Do you really think it's that deep?
Why does anyone know any of this stuff?
Well,
does that make sense?
Well,
why does anyone?
I think it's in the videos that she's posting. Like, I think people can see dog poop in the videos.
Well, I mean,
it's
probably true, but there's something about it where it's like her family trying to like fuck.
I mean, we're not, because we don't want to hurt our own reputations. But when we discuss this in the group chat, I don't mind telling the listeners that it's a group chat full of former and current reality television producers who started listing all the reality stars that we've dealt with who also had houses full of dog shit. They will remain nameless, but I can't remember who it was in the chat who was like, she's a housewife. Cast her. Put her on Beverly Hills.
Like, please. The number of times I've filmed Sonia stepping in dog poop, please.
Oh, you really pulled a Sutton there. You named him. Name them.
Please, she would be the first one to say.
I won't name anyone. I'm too afraid of some of them. It's not Teresa Caputo, though. I promise you that.
Like, sure. Again, we'll always be concerned. I'm concerned for her now. Mm-hmm. But like, again, I think this is like Jamie Lynn, like calling someone at the New York
Jamie
Post,
Lynn, I believe. I think that one arm
being like
that one-legged faggot.
Sister.
That's her father. I'm not sure. I don't know that he even has the energy anymore. Wasn't he in an iron lung or something like a year ago?
I hope so.
Justin Bieber dropped a surprise album for the second time in a year. Swag
Another
2,
one?
yes, this past Friday.
Oh God. No, but this is the thing nowadays. Sorry to immediately be the downer of it, but it's like the album is never just the end of it. It's like the album, then it's like, oh wait, this didn't like hit as hard as I wanted it to and become like a global, like Mayhem exploded. Like Lady Gaga's album was like hotly anticipated, was hugely like made well. We haven't heard a peep from her since. You know what I mean? She's gone on the tour, but we're not getting like version 2 or deluxe or any of that shit.
No. She's letting it
like
she's
the minute
letting it
they have
work.
like a whole nother album, but they have a whole nother album that like if it doesn't like do the numbers that they want it to, they want to like
release everything they
didn't
select for the first one and put it on another.
Yes.
Yeah.
And be like drum up more things. Everyone does this now. It's like so exhausting.
Speaking of Gaga, she is still on this incredibly successful tour. This week, she dropped a single for this current season of Wednesday on Netflix. I could not hum it to you, although I heard it 3 times.
It's
I
fine.
just can't think of it.
It's fine. I wasn't blown away at all.
They pre-taped a concert performance of hers to air on the VMAs. She did go to accept her Artist of the Year award, and then immediately, because it was on Long Island, really Queens, but they kept saying Long Island, but it was on Long Island, and she got in a cab and went back to the Garden because she had a show here last night. Anyway, yesterday, she announces the extension into 2026 of the Mayhem Ball, a bunch of cities she didn't go to before, like Atlanta and Boston, and then returns to New York and Los Angeles and a bunch of other places that I'm not mentioning. But yeah, she's going well into the spring with this tour. A friend of mine flew to Miami because the tickets were cheaper there than in New York to see her in Miami and was online for the show that she canceled last week. Yeah.
Fuck.
Devastation. He was like, they all thought it was a joke. At 8:01, the venue posted, due to medical blah, 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 the show won't happen tonight. And they were like, it's bullshit. And then everyone realized at the same time that Gaga posted it on her page at 8:05. And he's like, people were fucking crying. I was like, I'd cry. If I bought a plane ticket to see a concert and the concert didn't happen, I'd cry.
See, it's so bad, but I'm like, I'm not spending $800. Like, this is it's not an exaggeration. Like, we've looked so many times.
She's coming
to Toronto.
Every day I look.
She's coming to Toronto. I'm going to be here and could go see her. I'm like, Hassan and I are looking at the tickets. We're like, I can't spend $1,600, like $800
that's on the
ticket
cheap side. Like I looked yesterday.
A shitty ticket.
We're talking like
Yes,
$8,000 for bad floor seats at the Garden is what they're going for day of. Now, obviously these are resales, but that's the reason people are flying to other cities besides New York and LA, because they're trying to get cheaper seats. And then she went.
It's insane. Like I simply can't spend $1,600.
No, I could on one other artist. On a Cher show, I would spend that amount of money, but I can't do it. Can't do it.
No, it's too expensive.
My Beyonce tickets were $800, right? Yours were around the same.
I have no idea. I didn't want to know.
And that's probably the most expensive ticket I'd bought, like right off the bat for a while.
Yeah, it's just too much. It's just too much money. I'm sorry.
I'm actually wondering if I even paid for it. I think my friend Mark paid for it, and maybe I didn't pay him back. Mark, I know you're listening. Will you text me and let me know if I owe you money?
Yeah, like Mark, make him Venmo you.
Yeah.
Who can afford that?
Well, maybe here's an artist coming back that you could afford this person's concert ticket if she goes on tour. This feels like
don't say it, Dominic.
You don't even know what I'm going to say. I'm going to talk about Miss Hilary Duff. Who did you think I was going to talk about?
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Jessica Simpson.
Oh my God. We're going to talk about Jessica Simpson No, let's talk about her now. We're talking about her because this interview that she did on the red carpet before the VMAs, my friend Tiffany and other people texted me a clip of Jessica Simpson answering a reporter's question with the message, "Who is this?" So we have spoken about this, I don't know, on the flagship of the Patreon recently. She got trapped in that window. Maybe she didn't know she was going to the VMAs, but whatever she had done way too close to the awards, because if you look at her, she turns her head in a certain way and it truly doesn't look like Jessica Simpson anymore. It looks like a different human being.
Her makeup also, I was like, whoa. It was wild.
Now, listen, really, before you all start commenting, her body, her choice, but that's not what this is about.
I know. It's just, she's like such a beautiful girl.
So beautiful.
I know. It's so bad. It's so bad. I feel so bad.
I know, but you know what? We're told to hate who we are. Like the internet makes us hate who we are. And I guess rich and famous people just aren't immune to it.
She's in the Britney Spears camp of like being put through the mill of like the celebrity.
The
churning,
lips. She had like the jaw.
Flattened by the
she had like that jaw planing. And
it was too much.
She's not used to moving. Whatever happened with the muscles, she needed another week or two before.
No, you can't. You got to let it rest. You got to let it rest.
Celebrities. We are a pro surgery podcast. Like, make absolutely no mistakes about it. But you got to have your teams give you 2-month advance. And the moment it's 2 months, that's when you got to go in and do your shit. 6 weeks minimum. You got to let all that stuff settle.
And again, for the VMAs, like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean?
For any of them. That was the real.
Like, she's not going to like the Oscars. Like, this isn't like.
People truly texted me. They were like, please confirm this is Jessica Simpson, because I don't believe it.
It was,
And she looked good. She just didn't look like Jessica Simpson. She looked like.
No, it's so.
She sort of looked like whatever Samantha Markle is to Meghan. That's what Jessica looked like.
I want good for her.
Yeah, we love her.
I just want good for her.
I mean, look, she could buy and sell us with like a fart.
No,
like
we already know as we learned on our episode, she's a billionaire.
So again, why are you going to the VMAs?
True.
Let's get back to Hilary Duff. Hilary Duff is coming out with her first album in 10 years. Fans are over the fucking moon. There's going to be a docuseries attached to it with this whole comeback. I'm not sure yet where it's airing, but here we go. New music, a new television show.
What?
Because she has children, and I believe she's probably at a moment where she's like, okay, I can do this now. Like, I don't have to. I don't have to stay home and be with the kids all the time. I'm going to do this. So good for you. I was never like a giant. I was way too old, I think, to be a Lizzie McGuire queen. Sure. But I still love girly pop music, and I never like really got into the Hilary Duff of it all. Not sure why.
Well, like Come Clean, like Let the Rain Fall Down and Wake My Dreams. That was like the Laguna Beach theme song. So you would have like caught it there, She did,
Speaking of girly
her terrible
girls,
choreography at the Today Show.
I saw a montage of that today. I didn't realize that it was sort of like a recurring theme that every time she went on that show.
It was so bad.
It was like Dancing with the Farts. Like, she cannot. She's like, it's like Whitney Houston level choreographic skills.
In like business casual. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And also in in Charlotte Russe, an outfit that any of us could buy on Amazon right now.
I'm so happy that you used the word casual, because when I saw that montage today, I was like, at some point, someone's going to lower third wardrobe by Contempo Casuals for everything in the entire
100%
collection of Today Show appearances.
Yeah.
Pretty weird.
Anywho, girly girls, go ahead.
This one's not a girly girl. This is a tough ass bitch. They're remaking Lara Croft. I think it's going to be on Amazon, Tomb Raider. And Sophie Turner will be playing Lara Croft.
Interesting.
I love the choice. I think she's a great choice. And by Lara Croft, you know what I want to see? I want to see a Long Island version of Lara Croft where she would only be known as Lara Croft.
Lara Croft.
I'm Lara Croft. I'm a Tomb Raider.
She's like, hi, I'm here at this tomb.
There is no Lara on Long Island. No, this is not.
We're gonna rate it.
Hi, I'm Lara.
We're gonna rate it.
I'm Lara. I carry a knife in my belt. You want a bagel?
My name's Lara.
Want to go to the diner and talk about the next tomb I'm gonna raid?
My sister didn't even tell me that I needed to raid this tomb today. Okay. We could do this for 15 hours.
I make tomb raiding look easy. Don't be fooled. I'm Lara.
What are we doing?
Lara Croft.
What are we doing? Do you ever watch that guy? I think his name is Zachariah Porter. That does the guy. He does like the mom, the Long Island mom, and he has he's like
I think we're doing him now, right?
Yes. Yeah. Anything he has with that wig on, I stop everything I'm doing.
When putting shit together for Christmas, I can't even watch them because it's my mother.
Incredible.
It's my actual mother sometimes when I'm watching it without glasses.
Oh God, Lara Croft.
Well, the SNL bloodbath is over. It looks like Heidi Gardner was the most shocking casualty, along with Devon Walker and Michael Longfellow, but everyone else seems to be coming back. As long as Bowen and Eggy are back, that's what I care about the most. And if I'm being honest, I feel like Ego Wodum is the show's most valuable asset at this moment, even more so than Bowen. I expected Bowen to leave of his own volition.
And have a show. Yeah. Or a movie.
Yeah. I'm sure he will still. And he's incredibly valuable to the show.
He can do whatever he wants. Yes.
So it's over. So the bloodbath is over. But I'm really sad about Heidi Gardner still. I think that's a big loss for the show.
But do you think she was like, I'm good? Like, she might be happy. You know what I mean? We don't know.
I don't know. I don't think we've heard from her. I have to look that up. Well, the 4th season of White Lotus will be in France, I guess in the allegedly, French Riviera, allegedly. I think it's more than allegedly. I think they actually announced it. And while we're talking about White Lotus, I think France is a lovely choice. And while we're talking about it, the Creative Arts Emmys were this past weekend. There are 2 nights on Saturday and Sunday. And before I tell you why I'm bringing that up, please make sure you listen next week to this broadcast where our awards correspondent, Rebecca Bregman, will be joining us, where we will do, what do we call the Emmy show? The Emmys Fagtacular? I mean, I know that's not it, but.
I don't know. No. Emmys
the Slaptacular, the Slamtacular.
No, the extravaganza.
The Emmys Extravaganza, because the Emmys are this coming Sunday. How fucking exciting. And we will do an hour on them next week. So make a note of it. But anyway, the Creative Arts Emmys were this past weekend. And remember that the music dude for the first 3 seasons of White Lotus, like he and Mike White hated each other and he either quit or got fired. He won the Emmy for best music in a drama series. Yeah. So I don't know if that means Mike White will hire him back for season 4, but it was just sort of cute. Speaking of the Creative Arts Emmys, we'll just give you some highlights. We won't run. There was like thousands of awards. It's all the technical awards. We can tell you that Julianne Nicholson won Best Guest Actress in a Comedy for Hacks. She played the TikTok mom on Hacks, and she was.
Oh my God. I literally quoted her today.
Hilarious.
I quoted her today. I said, "You gotta boof it." He's gotta boof it. We were dying.
Go.
We were around that 75,000 times.
It's so good.
When she was on that, she was wasted and they had to give her cocaine, and then she said, "You have to boof it," which means you put it up your butthole. Hassan and I were like in tears, and we round at 75. I'm serious, 6 times, like at bare minimum.
It's
6
so
times.
good. It's pretty hotly contested.
Ourselves.
Like Hacks was better than ever this year, but
ever
the studio with Seth Rogen has a lot of momentum and is equally as brilliant.
It should, by the way.
And speaking of the studio,
incredible.
Bryan Cranston won the Emmy for Best Guest Star in a Comedy Series for the studio. As far as dramas go, best guest stars were Merritt Wever for Severance and Sean Hattasey for The Pit. Also of note, Julie Andrews won an Emmy for narrating Bridgerton. She was like best narrator. Jeopardy, best game show. Jimmy Kimmel, best host of a game show for Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Also, I did not know that he was hosting that now. Alan Cumming won best reality show host, I believe for the second year in a row for Traitors.
Yeah.
Traitors won a lot. If you have a moment to Google and you go through like
rightfully so.
Traitors and the SNL 50 special won a ton of awards. Severance won a bunch of stuff too, but Traitors was like a shocking amount.
I got to tell you, I couldn't get through the whole last season of Severance.
I'm not done with it yet.
I know everyone's going to come with their pitchforks, but I can't. I can't do it anymore.
I had to,
it was just
at
too
the
much.
end of the second episode, I had to watch the recap from the first season again because I'm like, I understand also I'm a stoner, so sometimes I don't absorb, but I'm like, where am I? Like I was so addicted to the first season that I couldn't.
Yeah. But I'm saying I'm like phoned down and I was like 7 episodes in and at one point, like, what the hell is her name? Patricia Arquette's like in this little weird house. I'm like, what the fuck is this show even about anymore? I'm like, I don't even know. What the hell is this?
You know what I did?
What I mean? And then I was like,
severed
just
from
stop.
I severed myself from it.
I severed.
Barack Obama won an Emmy for narrating some nature documentary. Good for you.
Oh, yes, I remember that.
Queer Eye won Best Structured Reality Program, and Love on the Spectrum won Best Unstructured Reality Program.
My friend Sean King, the first AD of that show, won an Emmy.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Sean.
Congratulations to him. And Kelsey, his girlfriend, is probably listening to this right now. So congratulations.
Not to be confused with Taylor Swift's fiance, Kelsey Grammer. Correct.
No, not to
Congratulations, Kelsey, then, as well. Also, the Pee-wee doc on Netflix. Have you watched it yet? Pee-wee as himself. That one best.
Yeah, we watched it together.
Oh, Jesus. Were we together?
Yes.
I can't remember. It was a long time ago. 2 months is a long time for me.
Yeah, it was a long time
ago. But it
won.
won. It did win best doc. Whatever I don't know what they title it, but like whatever, like it's documentary. It's great.
Pee-wee as himself. Yeah.
It's great. Since we said Taylor Swift's name, we can tell you that the latest rumor is that she and Travis Kelce will be married next summer in Rhode Island. That is the rumor.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So those of you who need to know where Rhode Island is have 11 months to find it on a map and then stand on the road to get a glimpse of her. Let's do a little Broadway news. The heavens wept when it was announced this week that Jane Krakowski was taking over the lead role in Oh, Mary.
We're going, Dominic.
We're going.
We're not. I'll spend. You want to know what I'll fucking spend $800 on? That.
Only because I don't want Jane Krakowski to be Oh, Mary. I want Jenna Maroney to be Oh, Mary is what I really want.
Which is what it will be.
I hope so. I hope she chooses one scene to do it as 30 Rock.
I will spend $1,600 of our hard-earned money from this show for me and you and Hassan to go see Oh, Mary with her in it. I cannot buy a ticket fast enough.
There's other Broadway news. Cabaret, which was starring Billy Porter, he was going to do it until November when the show closed officially.
Mm-hmm.
He has left the show abruptly, and now it is ending early. And there's been a lot of controversy because Billy, can be pretty polarizing in interviews. And I'm paraphrasing here because I didn't see the actual interview, but at a certain point, he made a remark on one of the morning shows that Blacks have replaced Jews. And, the musical Cabaret is very, it takes place during
like about World War II.
Yeah, like very heavily. Like people are taken away during the show. Like it's very much about that. So that comment obviously did not sit well with a lot of people. And I think it sort of snowballed from there. There were some notices about his performance, which were not good, but Billy is Billy and he was doing his own interpretation of it. Like to him, the character of the MC he was a Black man who had escaped the Jim Crow South and moved to Berlin. And then life got worse there as well. Very interesting take on it. There's no room in the show for that to be acknowledged, but
no.
So I think that also pissed some people off. But the excuse for him being out is that he had a very bad case of sepsis. But we haven't seen. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Like he's out of the show. And it's closing early because he had sepsis. So that seems like
sepsis is that's extremely bad. That's not
very
like
extreme.
Oops, yes. I have sepsis.
I literally, when I had tonsillitis a month ago, they kept warning me about sepsis, and I looked at the attending and I was like, if one more fucking person here says the word sepsis, I'm walking out. Like, I'm aware that I'm at risk and I should be wearing 10 masks. Stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's
really
that.
bad.
Yeah. So obviously we hope that Billy is okay, but the coincidence of him leaving for a medical reason when there's other shit going on, that's an eyebrow always, an eyebrow permanently raised.
No, but people have DM being like, you should fix him.
We'd probably get Billy to come on and challenge us.
Yeah, which I don't want. Okay. I don't want that at all.
Dionne Warwick goes on the socials. All right. This is how we're getting to the end of this, because we always end on a lighter note. She goes on X and says the following: as many of you know, I've had to cancel a few shows due to emergency leg surgery. I'm doing okay. Do not worry. However, I need some show and movie recommendations while on the mend. Not Emily in Paris. Love you all. And that's the whole thing.
She's like, I've seen it.
They start melting down. No, she hasn't seen it. This is what she said. People are like, Dionne, why? I can't even say this. It's so funny. Like, Dionne Warwick is an American hero. She goes on X and says, I have no interest. I can't say it.
She's like, I have no interest in watching it, right? I saw
She goes, I have no interest, and her work visa has definitely expired by now. Dionne Warwick is the greatest comedic mind of the 21st century. No one's funnier than Dionne Warwick. Nobody.
Is it her?
I have to believe it's her. I will accept nothing. I will accept nothing other than Dionne Warwick writes her own tweets. I don't know what you see of her. She is quick. She's always been quick.
She's with it.
And cutting.
And P.S. Rebecca Bregman the other week, whenever I was saying a chair is still a chair, and I was trying to sing the song, The House is Not a Home in the a la carte, that was her song too, Dionne Warwick. So I was being correct. No, she's an absolute legend in every way. On stage, off stage. I don't like that she's still performing. I don't want that for her. Unless she really wants it. Shouldn't she? Can't she rest?
Never forget. Were you able to watch many years ago when Dionne Warwick was on Celebrity Apprentice? And she didn't even come close to winning.
I don't think so.
It was like, at one point she looked at, Nikki Taylor, the supermodel. At one point, Dionne Warwick looked at her and said, I got your number, hussy. I mean, we replayed it over and over.
No.
She used the word hussy. And it was just because Nikki Taylor took issue with Dionne's tone during a tense boardroom. She said, I got your number, hussy. That's Auntie Dionne.
Oh, God,
I can't wait for this Tiana Taylor movie that's coming out where she plays Dionne Warwick. I mean, she's born to play the role. I can't wait.
Like, that's a lineup outside the theater right there.
Please tune in, folks, to our a la carte today. Some of the things you'll be hearing about are, how is it possible that Luigi Bangioni is modeling for Sheen online when he's in a penitentiary? Taika Waititi and Rita Ora they're doing a musical about Firefest. I'm just going to leave it like that. And we're never fixing her.
I can't believe that this isn't the second thing that you brought up.
I think I'm so genuinely angry about it that I'm pushing them to the a la carte on purpose.
So we can scream.
There's a Paula Deen documentary out called Cancelled, the Paula Deen story, where she...
Oh, brother.
I mean, all of any breaks that Hilaria Baldwin isn't taking, kick him over to Paula Deen.
Yeah. I got diabetes. Anyway.
She... Farm Aid is coming back. Ice Road Truckers is coming back. A lot of things happening.
You send that to me. And you're like, what is this, 1985?
With what?
Farm Aid was coming back.
Yeah, what is why? Are we there? What happened?
The farms need aid, Dominic. I don't know what to tell you.
And the Chrisleys finally acknowledge that there are people in the world who think that Todd Chrisley might be gay. And they half address it, which is why we're kicking them over to the a la carte. Because if you fully addressed it, if you talked about Todd Chrisley...
I would be upset with myself.
Right, if you were honest and just said Todd Chrisley doesn't have a gag reflex, we would have led the broadcast with that. But now we're kicking your twangy asses right over to the a la carte so we can hear your stupid denial. Before we get to the results of the vote for last week's Fixing Katy Perry Again moment, I would like to tell you this. Was it on the flagship or on the a la carte last week when I mentioned that I found Selena Gomez Oreos?
No, I don't know. I'm not sure. I think it was the a la carte, but regardless, Dominick has.
I was at a grocery store and I saw a 10-pack, which I bought. Chris, I have a box here for you that I brought back with me.
Thank you. Thank you.
They are available on Amazon, by the way. Like, I don't know why. I don't know why I hadn't seen them. They are horchata flavored. They are a cinnamon cream. They are wrapped in a beautiful burgundy foil. I will post a video of this upcoming of my tasting them. They're really fucking delicious. Now, keep in mind, it's already been established that nothing in any Oreo counts as actual food. That's the disclaimer.
Yes.
There are countries that do not sell them because they don't have enough actual things in them that your body shouldn't be naturally rejecting. But if you get the chance and you want to treat yourself, these Selena Gomez Oreos are fucking fierce. Like, there was a 10-pack box. My friend ate 2 packs and then went back for a third and said, "Where are the rest?" And I said, my colon by now, and from both ends, I might add. I would take a bath in these. They're that good. I'm excited.
Dear God.
I'm excited about Selena Gomez becoming a snack food entrepreneur, and I want it to continue. I wanted to open up a series of yogurt shops that makes Demi Lovato weep. That's what I want.
Remember when we said the yogurt shop murders? We said it's Demi Lovato the star. Literally so fucked up. Dominick, I have some bad news for you. And that bad news is that I don't think I ever posted the popular vote for Katy Perry again.
Oh,
and so I don't have any results for you. Wow. I don't know what to say other than I've been working myself to the bone in other areas of my life. And so this is my fault and I must take full responsibility.
Only because you've owned it. I'll try not to lose my fiery temper
on me
about something so pivotal. But should we ask people to vote this week?
I think it's just up to Katy Perry to decide on which one of these things she wants to do, I think.
Well, we can't force Sarah Wendell to decide because she has skin in the game, doesn't she?
I think it's NA.
NA. This is Katy Perry.
In an unprecedented move.
This is Katy Perry we're talking about.
Oh God. Okay. I'm going to drop it tomorrow.
All right.
And there are points at stake. So that is, like
there are. It's not as clear. It's really anyone's game so far. We're 12-9, which is closer than it was over the summer. I mean, you've made quite a comeback this summer. At one point in June, you won 3 in a row, which is an unprecedented streak.
Period.
Yeah.
Period. Hell yeah. Anyway, okay, we have to go. I have to go to bed in 10 minutes, so we have to
go to bed. We have to fix Jameela Jamil. We have to send you all of our love. And we'll see you with Jameela Jamil. And who are we fixing her with? With Bridget Todd after these vital messages.
Okay, it's been too long since we've had this guest back, and we need her for this episode. It is your favorite podcaster of There Are No Girls on the Internet, Bridget Todd. Welcome back. Obsessed with your Instagram.
Oh my gosh.
Love listening to you all. I literally watch all your videos on Instagram where you break things down. When I need to be what cultural commentary should I have for this? I go to you and it's always right.
Oh my God. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me. And thank you for your service of helping fix these celebrities. They need it.
You know what? You're welcome.
I wish they were as appreciative as you are. I do. We are here today to fix someone who may be considered a little niche or a little, as we say around here, a little niche-y swaz. This would be one Jameela Jamil. Now, some of you are saying who, and you are correct in doing so. But we're going to answer that question. Bridget Todd, please tell us, did you tell us we needed to fix her, or did you pick her from the FFP list?
I picked her immediately from the list because I had already independently been thinking about ways to fix her sort of on my own. So y'all suggested it. I immediately pounced on it.
And know that she's one of the people that's been on the list for the longest time. I was almost going to have a thing that was going to be called, which I still might do, but called the Untouchables, which is people that have been on the list for so long that truly just they've died on the vine and no one wants them. And it's just I should just take them off the list because no one wants it. Rita Ora is also in that category. And also Camila Cabello.
Oh,
it was going to be the three.
One.
It was going to be the 3 of them because truly they've been on it forever and no one has picked them. And so I'm happy to help you fix
So
Jameela Jamil.
was wondering, like, why would nobody want to fix her? Why would she not be picked? But I do think it's because some of the stuff that, when I'm sure we'll get into it, some of the reasons why folks might not like her, it's a little bit complicated to talk about. It's a little bit of a delicate situation. So I can understand how people are like, oh no, I'm not going to touch that.
No, I'm like very glad that you're the person that's going to do this. So that's because you're going to have like a good take where Dominic and I are going to be like, she's an idiot. Or like, we love her. Like, we're going to be two idiots and you're going to have sanity. And that's
we're going to touch it. We're going to touch all the things. We're going to touch it. We're going to throw it against the wall. We're going to fuck it with consent, but we're going to do all the things to it. Touching it does not even scratch the surface. Speaking of the surface, at the top of this podcast every week, we play the middle name game where we ask Christopher and our guest to guess the middle name of the person we're fixing before we proceed. Christopher, Bridget, do you already know Jameela Jamil's middle name?
I do.
I do not.
Great. Then we can move forward. Jameela and Jamil are her actual organic biological birth certificated first and last names. She was born in London, England in 1986. On the date February 25th, which is also the birth date of Dominick Louise Pupa.
Oh my God, you're right. It is your birthday.
That is correct.
Birthday twins.
So she is, I feel like
Did you know that you shared a birthday with her?
Not until I pulled up the Wikipedia page 30 seconds before we counted down to this broadcast. I had absolutely no idea. She is a Pisces. I can tell you firsthand, she cries every 10 minutes, even if she isn't telling anybody. Sometimes it's internal.
Yeah, who is she? You?
Exactly.
Wait, I have to ask, what is her birthday?
Her February 25th, 1986.
Okay, I'm also a Pisces, so I also cry a lot.
There you go. What's your birthday?
March 14th, Pi Day.
Oh, brother.
Right. So you're a smarty pants too.
Well, all water signs. I'm a Cancer. I'm last day of Cancer, so we're all water signs here. Oh, this is going to be an absolute disaster. Here we go.
Jameela Jamil, 39 years old, born in London. What is Jameela Jamil's middle name? P.S. No one's getting this.
Yeah, no, of course. It's going to be like,
I'd say Phyllis. No one's getting it.
Yeah, I couldn't even guess.
Jameela.
I know.
It's Kathy Bates. Jamil is my guess.
You went the circus route.
I sure
Because you
did.
can always do something that matches and think like, will it sound racist? Am I trying to be exotic? What do I do? What do we put here? Because it's not Lisa, obviously. It's going to be something that matches Jameela or Jamil.
Bridget, don't think too hard.
I couldn't even get it.
Watch her actually get it.
No, yeah.
I'll give you a hint. It starts with an A.
Allison. No, it can't be that.
I'm going to give you a second hint, which is going to have to disqualify you, of course, because you're going to get it from this. It is not spelled the same, but it is pronounced the same as a deceased singer.
Aaliyah.
Yep. Jameela Aaliyah Jamil.
Good job, Bridget.
However, she got that so... I mean, there are so many deceased female singers.
I was thinking Selena.
Aaliyah?
I was thinking Selena. I know it's not the same part of... Yeah.
I was Aaliyah for Halloween twice in my life. So, like, she's someone who is, like, deep in my soul.
You didn't say Janice, as in Joplin. I did notice that, though. Could have been anybody. Could have been anyone. All right. God. Well, here we have it. Jameela Aaliyah Jamil. That's kind of a cool name, actually.
That's a beautiful name.
Beautiful name.
It is. The acronym Zhazh, I'm completely into. That would be my nickname if I were her. Here is my story with Jameela Jamil. I don't have one. I only know her from that ballroom show on Max. Was it called Legendary or Legends of Legendary? With her and Law Roach. And my only exposure, and I'm sure we'll talk about this more, was that people were crying out that not everyone judging the show was queer or part of the alphabet mafia, as it were, specifically her. And then she was like, oh, surprise, I'm bisexual. And everyone was like,
yes.
Okay, Nick Jonas, what are you talking about? Where's the proof? Where is it?
So that example is, I'm so happy that you started there because it really does, that could punctuate the entire conversation of her sort of missing the point, missing the mark, and centering herself. That is like the name of the game of what's going on with Jameela Jamil.
So shall we start there? I mean, to me as an 88-year-old individual. That's the only thing I know her from. And Chris and I were talking about her this morning, and he had brought up other projects that I'd heard of, but I wasn't aware of her involvement in them.
Also, I will say her IMDb is not up to date. I will say that because what's happening here? Because I'm
slam
looking
on her,
like,
slam on her agency for sure.
Yeah,
Sure
Legendary isn't even on her IMDb.
Wow.
No.
I think the thing that she gets I think the thing that made her famous was her being in The Good Place. Can we?
Absolutely.
The sitcom. Yes, which I never watched, but heard only wonderful things about. Now, this is the sitcom with Kristen Bell and Ted Danson, correct?
Correct.
Ran for a few seasons. Was it NBC?
It was NBC. And the character that she plays, Tahini, is very much who I think she actually... I don't think she was acting in that role. It's someone who is beautiful and wealthy and very well-meaning, but just a little bit off, which I think is like very much who Jameela Jamil also is. So she's great in that role, great on the show, and I think maybe like not acting that much.
Okay. And did you say your character's name was Tahiti, like the island, or tahini, like the sauce?
Tahini, like the sauce.
Oh, or the sauce. Is it a sauce? It's a food thing. Like tahini.
Yeah, it's a
tahini sauce. Yeah.
I guess.
Tahini. That's also a cool name,
dip,
though.
kind of.
I mean, no matter what a dip. Yes, a dip.
Yeah.
But that's what makes her like famous, like for American audiences. But I know that for a long time before that, she was like on BBC. I've like listened to a lot of podcast episodes with her as the guest. Like I've not followed her journey, but like I've listened to her as a guest on a lot of podcasts. And like she was on Scam Goddess one time and was talking all about her like early career and stuff like that. And that was very like I like learned a lot about her, and she was like did all kinds of stuff in the UK before coming over to like the American audience. And so I feel like she has a lot of experience in the UK, and that's where a little bit of this starts to happen.
I was doing a bit of research before we got on about her early life and her rise. I will say it's actually kind of hard to talk about her early life because of, let's say, the colorful ways that she presents it. Like it's difficult to sort of latch on to like, what is the actual truth? But basically she says that she got her start when she was working as a teacher and was discovered by a producer when she was out at a bar who told her that she should audition to be a presenter on Channel 4 in London, which is like an entertainment channel in London.
Yeah.
However, the very next sentence of this Wikipedia article says that she also said that she just saw an ad looking like a call for talent for Channel 4, and she was like, oh, I should apply. Was she like a girl in a bar who was scouted by a producer, just like, you know, the fame story of like, oh yeah, I was just a random person and somebody told me you should be on television? Or did she just like see an ad and apply? Your guess is as good as mine. She has said both things publicly, so I do not know.
And let me just get us to, you know exactly where I'm going, Bridget.
I know where you're going with this.
Like, let us just get here so we can start unpacking all of this, because that's kind of what we need to just do, because it's the big elephant in the room. There is this journalist ? Like Instagram person that went through all of these old interviews of Jameela Jamil's and was just like, here's all the contradicting information that she's ever given to the press, and like did this big long Instagram story. And like it started as like something funny, and then it quickly actually morphed into this like character assassination of her, rightfully so or not. Like, I'm not here to judge that part of it yet. And like, it was just like all these conflicting articles of like, oh, this happened and I knocked my tooth out when I fell down. There's all these different lies, quote unquote lies, of like, I fell and I knocked my tooth out and then I had to put it back in and I was on camera, but then there's video of her falling and it doesn't seem like her tooth gets knocked out. But then like she hurt herself and then she didn't hurt herself. And then she had cancer and then she didn't have cancer. And I don't want to just say like it's all made up, because I really don't think that it is. But the way that it's presented by this Instagram person is like very much like, look at this big liar. So much so that like she goes so as far to say that she has Munchausen's.
Yes.
And then
I'm so sorry. I have to go off camera so I could laugh at that one moment.
So this Instagram person is like, she has Munchausen's, and like it gets around enough where like Piers Morgan, P.S. death, like is tweeting her being like, you're a liar. Like, what did he say? I'm like making all this up, but like he said, like, you're a liar, like this and this, like tweeting at her in all capitals, like Trump, like literally tweets, and is like, you have Munchausen's, like you, like blah, 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 like you're a liar, blah, blah. Which I'm here to say, if that's true, she needs help, not you yelling at her on the internet, by the way.
1,000%.
He probably wanted to fuck her too, the way he did with Meghan, and he's just assassinating her.
Oh, yes. I have no trouble believing that will be the case from him.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's this former Jezebel editor, Tracy Morrissey. And I think it's difficult to talk about because I don't want to be the person who is like being like, oh, this person is lying about something as serious as their health. When I was going on to do research about Jameela Jamil for this episode, when you go to the section of her early life, I am not kidding. Like, look it up yourself. Her early life section on Wikipedia is just a list of ailments. Like, this is someone who has talked quite a bit about. Like, I'm not kidding. This is not hyperbole.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying that like I don't believe that she's making all of this up. So I actually have a theory about this. I think that she is someone who back in like 2017, 2018, when she was getting famous, didn't sort of realize how much when you talk publicly, especially about health stuff, people are listening to your every word.
Every syllable.
Exactly. And making those like stringboard, like conspiracy theory things to be like, well, you said this on this show and that on this show. I think that she did not realize, and especially as a woman of color, I don't think that she realized like how much people are scrutinizing her and being under the microscope. Mm-hmm. I do think that she is someone who is fine to get on a late night show and embellish. But I think that, when you're doing that about something that is low stakes, it's one thing. When you're doing it about something as serious as like a health condition, it's another. So I think that she really underestimated how much people were going to be putting together everything that she said to paint a larger portrait.
Yeah.
She's sort of like, she's a British combination of Gypsy Rose and Dee Dee Blanchard, like together. Yes. Like she's doing all the work. She's coming up with the illnesses and making them happen on her own.
Yeah. So,
but I don't think she has Munchausen's. I think she's just, what's the word for someone who lies all the time? An actress. That's what I think she is. A goddamn actress.
Exactly. So I have an example that I remember like it was yesterday. So even before all of the Jameela Jamil, Munchausen health stuff popped off, I remember this so distinctly, watching her on a morning show, and she showed up wearing these adorable cactus print pajamas and teddy bear fuzzy slippers. And I remember because I was like, oh, I have those same pajamas. She's on TV wearing these pajamas. She told this story on the morning show. She said, oh, I was flying here to come on the show. I put all this chocolate in my suitcase. Wouldn't you know it, the chocolate melted all over the clothes I was supposed to be wearing for the show. I had no choice but to wear these adorable matching cactus print pajamas and teddy bear slippers. Now, this is an obvious lie. Come on, right? So like, you mean to tell me that in all of New York City, you couldn't have like gone to an H&M and grabbed something off the rack? You're a famous celebrity. You can't get somebody to let you borrow something. The shows have wardrobe. Like, be for real. This is just an obvious lie, right?
And if this is like the Today Show or what, like Good Morning America, like it's in Rock Center where there's like a mall. Like, you know what I mean? It's
exactly.
Like I've like been in the buildings with people that I've been following that are celebrities, like going to them as like their, like not assistant, but like I went with Bethany to Good Morning America, and like you're at 30 Rock. There's like stores you can go to, all these, like it's like
I worked at MSNBC in 30 Rock. There was a J. Crew on the first floor. Like I went to that J. Crew at my lunch break regularly.
Yeah.
Can't you just go to Hoda Kotb's dressing room and say, can I just borrow a wrap dress just for the 15 minutes I'm going to be on television? Like what? Just do it.
Or it's like something did happen, but it's like, oh, wait, this will just like be funnier if I'm like in pajamas, which like it kind of is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I think was happening. I think like, so this was like 2017, 2018 when like the funniest thing a hot girl could do was be quirky, right? And like have some cute story. And so like, I don't begrudge her for like, obviously kind of maybe fibbing about this to have a quirky thing to discuss on the show. You're an actress. It's your job to like make people like you and be relatable and charming, whatever. But like, I do think that she's someone who is fine to embellish the truth a little bit. And again, like, why would you have to wear the slippers? So like, what shoes were you wearing on the plane that it made more sense to wear the slippers? Unless you were wearing bunny slippers on the plane, those would have chocolate on them. No, like it didn't make any sense.
Yeah, you're
right. What if
right.
we're all going to hell and she made up the story because the truth, it was something so much worse than what? Like, what if she had like, explosive diarrhea all over her dressing room
because of this very real health problem that she has? Yeah,
painted the walls with her shit before going on this television show, and so truly the only thing she had was what she had taken off that she wore on the plane and before she had this traumatic experience.
And then meanwhile, she can't say, I just had explosive diarrhea all over your, like, whatever, like over your dressing room. Like, oopsies. Yeah, on morning television, she can't say that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Ask Carson Daly. He's covered in it. He's covered in my fecal matter. Ask him. Go backstage.
If that's the case, I will totally own being the asshole who was like, you didn't ruin your clothes, you made it up. And it's like, I had a very personal, intimate medical issue I could not disclose.
Yeah. But like, even so, and this is the other thing too, is like, even so, let's say she made all this stuff up. Like, what does it matter? Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, I agree. And I've been on that Instagram story a million times, like looking for all the clues and blah, blah, and this and that. And like, look at this thing and look at this quote and look at this, that. And like, yes, all of that. But like, nothing she said was like that terrible. You know what I mean? Like there's people that do really bad things in the world and actors that are like, you know, famous people that are pieces of trash that like are mean to other people or straight up are horrible. And like none of the crimes that she's committed here are like that bad is what I just want to say before we continue to wreck her.
Fascinated. Yeah. Like I am fascinated with people in the public eye who you become addicted to it. You become addicted to the attention. So there are like a certain small group of famous people who just like tell these lies and you're just like, why, girl? Like, why? Because do something worthwhile and get publicity from that. Don't just, why are you making up shit just out of nowhere unnecessarily?
I do have this theory that there was, and y'all kind of clocked it in your Katy Perry episode, but like, I do have this theory that something was going on in the like 2015, 16, 17 era where it was just a different kind of social media climate where everybody wanted attention and a certain kind of attention. Like, I just think that the social media climate was different where you felt this need to get attention and get people like emotionally invested in who you are and your journey and your story in a way that I don't think that we really have today in 2025. Do you know what I mean?
No. Yes, I agree with you 100% in every single way.
I agree with you. And I think it's because that was the time period when all celebrities were sort of finally admitting, like, I have to do this, don't I? Like, I have to have some sort of social media presence to be in the game. And not all celebrities do it, but most of them now do. Like, most of them do something. Like, you don't hear about Meryl Streep's, you know, Snapchat blowing up or anything like that. But a lot of other, like, you know, your J-Lo's, your Jennifer Anistons, like these are all people who are still, they may not post every day, but they're definitely active on socials because they sort of have to be. Like you can't get away with being a celebrity now without having some sort of human connection, which I personally don't like. And I've spoken about it on stage before. Like I preferred when all the people that we talk about on this show, I preferred when they were all untouchable. I love the studio machine where I didn't know who anyone was and they were all perfect and we knew they were lying, but we were okay with it.
And you could talk shit and not worry they're gonna like at you, right? Like it was like, do you remember? I always think of the person I think of as the poster child for this is Chrissy Teigen, like her era of Twitter where she would tweet one thing and it would be like, Chrissy Teigen claps back at the haters, and it would be a fucking whole BuzzFeed article about it.
And she was like, shut up. Like her tweet was like, stop talking about me. Like, it wasn't even like anything. Like she was like, go away. Like, and it was like this huge like onslaught of like media because of it.
Totally. She's still trying. She's still trying to erase the fact that she told a teenager to kill herself. Because you had your forehead lowered, ma'am, does not erase that. I'm sorry. Just because you had your armpits unfolded or whatever that fucking surgery was.
Armpit fat was removed,
you couldn't self-victimize yourself at all. You still told Courtney Stodden to kill herself in writing. Fucking moron.
And I mean, not to go on a tangent, but like, she did it in the DMs, which I feel like is so much crazier. Like
she meant it. That means she meant it.
She meant that shit. She meant that shit.
It wasn't for comedic purposes, or she would have done it in public. She is a mean girl.
Yeah. Back to Jameela. I will say, this is the thing. It's like the one story I feel like I have to bring up is like the bees, the story of her being attacked by bees. And like, this is one where I'm like on her side, where it's like, she's like, oh, I was like doing something, and then like all these bees swarmed me, and I was like running, and I fell down and like hurt myself or something like that.
Yeah, so she was interviewing Diplo, and she said it was a swarm of bees. So she actually has two bee anecdotes. If it's the one that I'm thinking of, she was interviewing Diplo, but there was another one that happened when she was a teen, and it ended with her being like horribly disabled. She was fleeing a bee, and then in fleeing the bee, ran out into the street and was hit by a car. Like, there are two bee situations in her life.
Yes. And she like says like, oh, this swarm of bees. And then like, and again, that Tracy Morrissey woman is like, oh, in this article, it said like, she said it was 50 bees. Then she said it was 2 bees. Then she said it was this. And then Jameela ends up jumping in and is like, it was 2 different bee incidents, you dumb bitch. Like she was like Jameela ends up like going after this woman. P.S. rightfully so.
Oh, yeah.
And is like, why the fuck are you so obsessed with me? Like, this woman is my fucking stalker, basically. Like, get off my dick. And like, not to pull a Chrissy Teigen, but clapped back at the like whole Instagram story woman. And like, if 3 bees chased me, I would also on a morning show be like, 100 bees were chasing me. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, all 3 of us, I'm sorry, all 3 of us would say it was a swarm. I'm sorry to tell. And that is not a crime. You know?
I do feel like it's like, I also watched every frame of the Instagram story calling her out, but I'm Team Jameela on this one because I do think like, I don't think that she shares these anecdotes publicly, thinking that a stenographer is going to read them back and fact check them. And so I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to say a swarm for dramatic effect when you're on a night, like a late night show, and really it was 5 bees. I think it's crazy to think that that she meant that literally, and then like hold her to account.
That's what late night shows are like bullshit. Like, it's you making up a story to be funny. By the way, like that's what that is. And even like think about like comedians that do like an hour of stand up. Half the stories they tell aren't real. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, am I wrong?
I don't know. Well, you're wrong here with this comedian. God damn it! How dare you call me out like this on the public airwaves? You could have DM'd me like Chrissy Teigen, you bitch.
But like, right, like half the stories.
Of course. But that's not her bag. Like, she's not presenting these. Like, if you find out that a comedian has like embellished a story, and there are instances where people have felt like comedians have embellished so much that they get called out. More often than not, we actually are embellishing them. It's not like James Fry with a million little things. You know, it's like a different level. But she's presenting herself as the star of these very personal stories of her life, which is what makes it weird. You know, it just keeps repeatedly happening that in order to make herself seem more interesting, she's just lying about herself in straight interviews all the time, not for comedic effect. Right?
Well, so I think that with her, it's like, it starts as a low stakes, like, oh, this is just a funny story. And then perhaps it carries over into things that are not so low stakes, right? Like, whether or not you've had a very serious illness, that might not be something to embellish. And so people who criticize her for that, I can understand where that's coming from, because like, you know, that's a little different than, did chocolate really get on your pajamas?
Sure. Right. That's fair. That's fair. But also, like, what if she did have all these ailments? Like, there's people that like have a lot of health problems. Like, it's like she could, like, right?
Yeah, we have nothing against those people as long as they're telling the truth.
I think my biggest thing is like, if this is true and she's lying about all of these things, which I don't believe, but like, if she is truly lying about every single one of these, this woman needs real help. Like, what she shouldn't have is Piers Morgan tweeting her on and being like, you're a liar and like, you're horrible. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, this then isn't funny, or like, oh, we uncovered this thing. It then just becomes really sad. And I'm like, that's like no longer like, let's crucify this woman. Like, it's like, we need to stop.
And it's interesting that you say this, because Jameela Jamil has actually been very open about, you know, she said that she survived a suicide attempt. Like, she's been very open about real mental health stuff in her life. And so it's like, maybe let's not pile on her for something that like is it really a crime?
Does this affect you in any way? Like at all? Anyone?
Yeah. I don't think that she's making all of this stuff up. I think maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. But even if she was, like, is this really the worst thing a celebrity has done? I think not.
No, not even remotely.
It's somewhere in between R. Kelly and Diddy, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, what I will say, though, is her going on to shows and, like, knocking it out of the park, like, is that helping her since, like, she's on a lot of podcasts. She's on a lot of dating shows. She's had a lot of podcasts. She had a podcast called I Weigh for a long time that was, like, all about, like, women's bodies and, like, to make how women are basically, like, objectified by men. What?
Can I say something about that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So this is exactly what it is with her with me. So I actually like Jameela Jamil, but it's like a love-hate thing where she is someone who says and does the exact right thing where I'm like, oh my God, I'm so right there with you, totally in alignment. But then she'll do it in a way where I'm like, well, the messaging, I don't know about that. And I will never forget when she called out the Kardashians for using their Instagram to sell these appetite suppressant lollipops. And, a lot of young people like the Kardashians. And so Jameela Jamil was like, it's kind of fucked up that you all are using your platforms to hawk weight loss stuff that is, like, maybe kind of sketchy, which I loved. I applauded that 1,000%. That's what was the impetus for her starting I Weigh and her whole, like, body positivity campaign, which I loved. But then when she did that, she was talking about it like she was the only person brave enough to go after the Kardashians.
Sure.
And I wanted to be like, babe, hating on the Kardashians is like a national pastime. Like, you're not the first person to criticize them.
Definitely on this show. Guilty. Guilty. I wonder if, like, her being funny on these late night shows and morning shows is, like, helping her stay in staying in the limelight a little bit. Cause, like, after she was in She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, she was, like, the villain.
Mm-hmm.
That was, like, her last, like, big role is kind of the thing that sucks.
Where
and
I
think she's funny. I think she's a good actor. Like, I find her very talented. She's couldn't be prettier if you tried. You know what I mean? She's gorgeous in every way and seemingly talented. I wonder if, like, they're just not, the parts are not rolling in. And so she's a perfect person to have on. She's British. She has a fun accent. She's very funny. She's very cheeky. She's very bubbly. Like, she's very fun to have on these morning shows.
She's very entertaining.
And so she's given it,
Yeah.
She's giving the people what they want. And now one thing I feel like she says in a lot of interviews is, like, people love to destroy women. Like, they love to destroy women. And she's one of them. You know what I mean? Is that it's hard. This is hard.
It is hard. So she actually had speaking of loving to destroy women, she had a little bit of a kerfuffle with that very recently, where there was a profile of her in the British publication, the Sunday Times. And I read the profile. I will say that the journalist who wrote the piece, it's a woman journalist. It does seem like the journalist perhaps is, like, not impressed with Jameela Jamil. Like, it's a little snarky. I do think that, like, maybe the British celebrity press is, like, a bit different, but, like, the article is like this. Yeah, like,
Bridget, what do you mean? Yes. Are you kidding me?
You know what I'm trying to say. Like,
they're like,
this
stupid idiot that came in front of me. Her name is Jameela Jamil and she's a cow. And here's why. Like, Daily Mail posted. You know what I mean? Are you kidding me? Yes.
Like, that's basically the substance of the article is, like, who is this stupid, self-important cow who is in front of me? Publish.
Yeah.
And so after that article was published, Jameela Jamil wrote a piece on Substack that was essentially talking about how, like, she is never going to sit for a profile with a female journalist again. And
I just saw this. I did see this. Yes.
Oh, wow.
The Substack piece, like, I read the whole thing. It's a little bit long. It is, like, an interesting, thoughtful, nuanced piece. It's all about how, like, she only feels that, like, a handful of women journalists have treated her fairly. All the other ones are looking for an angle or have bias or are not trying to uplift her. And it hurts more when this is done by a woman journalist.
By another woman.
Exactly. Yeah. And in her Substack piece, it had a title, something like, I'm done being interviewed by female journalists. And so the substance of her piece was, like, thoughtful and interesting and all of this. And it's, like, worth a read. But the title is, like, basically, I understand why female journalists would take it as a dig, because it was a dig. It was like, I'm not being a female journalist anymore.
Right there. That's the problem. It's like, you read it and you're like, oh, this actually is, like, very well done. And, like, I get it. And it's very nuanced and different. But then, like, the clickbaity title that's, like, which like, sure. But, like, it's, like, a lot of that. Right. where it's like she gives with one hand and she taketh away with the other. Like
exactly. And like I genuinely I am aligned with her in so much, and I want so much to be like, go girl, like get it. Yeah, you tell him. But then there'll always be something where I'm like, well, damn, did you have to put it like that? Or like there's always something, you know?
That's why no one says, get me Jameela Jamil. I think she's on a lot of lists. But I believe that she's like the fourth or fifth choice on lists when they can't get other people that they want more, because she is a little bit, it's like, oh, I like her, but also, the bees and the queer and all the other, like she's got a checklist of shit. All the illnesses, the shitting on Carson Daly, all the things that have happened to her.
When you said the poop was coating the walls. You're so disgusting.
I bet a lot of crazy shit happens at 30 Rock like that.
Oh, yeah. And those, as I've said before, and as me and Kelly Rowland agree, the green rooms there aren't that big.
They're too small.
So
Kelly Rowland was right about that.
Yes, she sure is. Here's my other thing, though, is like, when I was going back through the Instagram story again to just like refresh myself, there were a lot of things where it was like, well, this actually isn't a quote from her. So like, it's actually just what the writer wrote. So like, did they write the right thing? Like, it's like, just because a writer put something in an article doesn't mean it's like in the Bible. Do you know what I mean? So like, that's another part of this whole thing is like, well, like this article says this. I'm like, okay, this article could say whatever the fuck it wants. Does that mean that it's true? Do you know what I mean?
I absolutely agree. And I guess that's the thing is like, she's a celebrity, but she's also a human being who exists in the world. And it's like, I don't think that you can boil someone down from one snippet that she told a reporter 10 years ago that maybe the reporter got right. Like if it's not in quotes, she didn't say it. I do think that this idea that you can build a case based on 10 years of public statements and what was said about her in the press, I think is a little entertaining. Yes. Unfair. Also, yes.
Okay.
And like, what does any of this matter? That's the other thing. It's like, is she like a horrible person because she's like embellishing like shit in her life? Like, no.
Well, if you find bodies in a trunk in her basement one day, you're going to be like, I should have known when I heard about the bees. I knew it. I knew it.
And one of the things that she's been really vocal about lately is that she's someone who is vocally like pro-Palestine. And she says like, oh, since I've been talking about Palestine, I don't show up on social media anymore. Like, I feel like I'm being suppressed. And so weirdly, I don't know, like, I almost kind of feel like that's good for her because I think that she's someone who like benefits from being a little bit less online. And so I really applaud her for like standing up for her values. And she really like, she is someone who is a vocal advocate for all the right stuff. Like, I really do applaud that.
Yeah.
But I almost think that like being a little bit less online and less in the mix in that way, I think she might have the personality where that's good for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know exactly what I want to do with her. I don't even have a backup. I know exactly what I want.
Really?
Yep.
Do I know what I want? Are you ready, Dominic? Or are
only you can answer that. But I am in the car pulling up to the arena now, looking at my watch, wondering where you are.
Right okay.
I'm looking at the carpet being unrolled.
I mean, Bridget, you already know what time it is. So we're
I
going to
know
do our
what time it
pitches,
is.
and then you have to guess. Okay, let's think about this. I know I've pitched this 9 million times, but in this case, I really do want it. I need her to write a memoir. We don't know. Again, her Wikipedia is a mess. We don't know if she had cancer twice or not. We don't know if there was another one where like she like ripped her asshole or something. Like, remember, wasn't it like she like ripped her like it was like she ripped a muscle in her ass or something?
No, that was a text I sent you. It wasn't Jameela Jamil. Again, why are you putting me on blast this entire hour over Jameela Jamil?
Like I was born on February 25th on Dominick Pupa's birthday, 1986.
I was born in the middle of Dominick Pupa's 15th birthday party.
And here's what happened. And like, here are my parents. And here's how I grew up. Like, I need her backstory. And I just need, and again, we're all buying it. You're buying it, right, Bridget? I'm buying it.
I'm totally buying it.
100%. Like, I'm listening to the audiobook and I want her to like, she should dedicate it to Tracy Morrissey. So she should dedicate the book to, honestly. Because to me, that is the perfect clapback of anything ever. Like to Tracy, who didn't believe any of this. And then just like, go on the thing. And like, I want to see her medical records in the book. Like the photo section is her medical records. Like here's me getting hit by a car. Here's the police report of when I was hit by a car after running away from a bee. Here's what happened to me then and why. Here's blah, blah, blah. She talked a lot about like, she like didn't go to school that she needed to. She didn't do this. Like, let me hear all about that. How she like fell into another thing was like, was she scouted as a model or not? That was one we didn't even get into where she said like, I was a child model. And then it was like, no, I never was a model. No, I was a model and an agent. And it was like all these different reports of her saying this. Tell us the truth, good, bad, or ugly. It's a page turner. Because even if it's just like to verify the information of like the disputed things, like I want to know. And then you can go to like, and then I was in a good place and then blah, blah, blah. And then it can end with, and then this person like came after me for like all these lies. And here, I have told you the truth. And now this is what it is. End of book. And that's my pitch. I was going to do all these other things. And I was like, no, I want a text that tells us what her life has been like.
I mean, that would be a real barn burner because in order to do that, she's going to have to admit that there's like a string of lies behind her in the press.
Yeah.
Told by her, you know, like, because there's so much conflicting information. When she does set the record straight, she's going to have to just let us know. Yeah, I went through, I mean, and if she can be an adult about it and say like, you know what, I really did think I needed to lie to be more famous, but now.
Yes. And that right there, Dominick, you're so right. And like, that is what her like brand is like revealing like the dark underbelly of fame. And so it's like, start with yourself, baby.
I love that. And I will say it kind of fits in with what she's doing because I saw you know, those interviews where somebody just accosts somebody on the street and it's like, oops, they're famous. I saw like an interview like that and she was like, oh, I'm done trying to be relatable or likable. I'm not likable and I don't like most people. And that's that. I think that is working for her. And I think a memoir where she's like, well, here's what I did for the sake of likability. It didn't work. It's a trap. I don't do that anymore. I think that would really fit for her.
We have established that Jameela Jamil is an entertaining entertainer. I mean, that is like, we wouldn't know who she was if she wasn't entertaining, despite how many lies she needs to supplement all that. She started out as a presenter. I can't really speak to her acting work, only of her appearing as herself. And I found her, queer or not, entertaining on the Ballroom show. I've never seen The Good Place. I've seen some of her interviews. I think she is like a bubbly, effervescent. Some people I look at and I get angry that they are famous, either out of jealousy or just because I'm a horrible person, but I'm not angry that she's famous. And I would like her to stay famous. I think that her only way out of this reputation of her, you know, why people are saying, they don't say get Jameela Jamil is because of the trail of bees.
The trail of bees. She needs
to confront it. I love Chris's idea and I think she's right, but I just have something that's a little more circusy and in your face for it. And I think let's keep with what her talents are, get her in on the joke repeatedly and have her host a reboot of the game show To Tell the Truth. And that is what I would want Jameela Jamil to do as her next career move. It's always been, by the way, a very entertaining and underrated game show that you can play at home. And it gives her the opportunity to really let her personality shine through. And I think if she's the captain of that ship, she can always be like, to tell the truth, I know a little something about that, don't I? You know, like whatever. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I just think that that's a good move for her. So that's my pitch.
Can I give you a fun fact about Jameela Jamil? In January of 2012, she was the host of a reality show called Playing It Straight, in which a group of gay men lie about their sexuality and compete with a group of straight men for a woman's affections to win money. So she's sort of done a little bit of like she has that on her resume.
Do you know why I'm angry about that fact? I mean, that's brilliant. I didn't know that. But if you're queer, that's the show where you come out and say something. You don't wait 8 or 9 years until you're sitting next to Law Roach. You know what I mean? Like, that's when you do it. So weird. Anyway, Bridget, those are your pitches. You have to decide between Chris's fully detailed and fact-checked memoir or Dominick's tongue-in-cheek, wink, wink, she should host a reboot of a wonderful game show called To Tell the Truth.
They're both such excellent ideas.
We agree.
I gotta say, Chris, I would read that memoir. I would be dying for like the glossy color photos in between the, you know, in the middle of the story where it's like, here's the photos, all of that. I would absolutely buy that. Jameela, take that idea and run with it.
Yeah, she should be having a memoir, by the way. Regardless of anything, she should be writing a memoir. Hello?
She
Hello?
should. She almost owes it to us.
Yeah.
Totally agree. However, Dominick, I think your idea, I think making it tongue-in-cheek, I think almost works better because then you're part of the joke. You're sort of rising above the joke. You're saying, I know what people say about me. I'm going to turn it into part of what I use to like market and sell myself. I got to go with your idea. I think it's very good.
I agree. It's good because it like diffuses all of the drama, whereas I'm like
100%
throwing gasoline on the fire.
Right. Well, it's also her way of saying like, some of you queens are literally thinking that I'm in between R. Kelly and Diddy on the crime scale. And I'm here to tell you that it was about bees. It was just talking about bees.
She didn't kill anybody.
She literally did not kill anybody. So
I didn't kill anyone. The bees didn't try to kill me either. Everything's made up. This is television. I'm Jameela Louise Jamil. Good night.
Good night.
And everyone, I'll tell you what. Good night and good luck. And everyone who appears on tonight's episode of To Tell the Truth will receive a copy of
my memoir,
Jameela Jamil's memoir. But only contestants on the show will receive it. It'll be like Tom Cruise's Christmas coconut cake. It's just going to be like
goodbye.
Very few people have access to it.
Dear God in heaven.
Bridget Todd.
What a whirlwind.
I'm here every day.
I'm mad that it's been this long and since you've been on the show. I'm not allowing that to happen again. I'm telling you right now. Because I love
your
you
laugh is
so much.
Oh my gosh, this has been such a dream. Any of your famous people who need fixing that are like gathering dust, I'm happy to do them. Let me do them. I think I can put me in there.
Okay, we're ready. You're coming back way sooner than please, whenever you want. We love you.
I'm having our editor isolate your laugh and making it my ringtone. I want that coming, that joyful, like even I would answer spam calls if that was what my fucking ringtone sounded like, your laugh.
Y'all are too funny. I had to mute sometimes because I was dying laughing and I was like, oh, this is like obnoxious to hear on the pod.
No, we love it. We've never cut out a laugh ever. Dominick, beautiful win.
Thank you, Chris. Loved your idea too. I think it was a tough choice.
And also, may I say, Jameela is only like 1 degree away from us currently, like from knowing people that we know. So if she hears this, Jameela, come on the show and let's do a featuring famous people with you.
She would
do it. We would love it.
Yeah.
No, she truly, like if she does hear this, Jameela, girl, I think you're very talented. You're multi-talented. Like, honestly, and I think that when you're pretty, I think that people think like, oh, you're like, it's easy to be cast as multi-talented when you're gorgeous. I think that she genuinely is multi-talented.
Correct.
She'd be a great guest.
Correct.
Jameela, we'll fix whoever you want. We'll fix Piers Morgan. You could fix me and Chris. We don't give a fuck. Come on our show, please.
Is Piers Morgan on the unfixables list? Because he
should be, honestly.
Oh, unfixable.
Unless she wanted to fix him by like throwing him off the Tower Bridge.
No, yeah. Like when you said the Paris Hilton should jump in a volcano. Remember that?
Yes, that is how he should fix.
Bridget, where can people find you? They should 100% listen to There Are No Girls on the Internet. It is such a good podcast.
Oh my God. I'm so flattered. Thank you so much. Yeah, listen to my podcast on iHeartRadio. There Are No Girls on the Internet. You can follow me on Instagram at Bridget Marie in DC or on TikTok, also on Bridget Marie in DC. I just started trying to be on TikTok. It's very embarrassing, but I'm doing my best out there.
Good for you. I'm proud of you. Dominick, where can people find you?
My Instagram's at Dominick Pupa. My website's domentary.com. My TikTok is, I think, at Domentary. And Fixing Famous People has a little TikTok where we post our reels at Fixing Famous People Pod. Christopher Michael DeRosa, where can the listeners of this podcast, who I'm certain right now are thinking at what point today they will go to our link trees and order our listener caps for summer, where can these people find you on the World Wide Web?
They can find me at the Chris DeRosa. They can find the show at Fixing Famous People, and they can find the Patreon at patreon.com/Fixing Famous People, where we have one version of every single kind of Patreon content that we have for free right now. You don't even have to sign up. You can just go listen right now. So if you want to hear...
But you will afterwards.
What Whitney Houston's ghost has to say to us, Bridget, I'm sending it to you. You're not going to be the same person afterwards.
Please do.
You can listen to that right now on patreon.com/Fixing Famous People. I wish you both well. And as always, where's Shelley? Goodbye.